my feelings are hurt. Like I'm bummed out, you know.
What did your parents think of that song?
Well, I told them, I go, look, I apologize. It's just a song. Like, I know y'all did the best you could. I mean, he's always drunk. I think maybe that's why you don't get many good stories. You know, I immediately thought of Blake. You know, I thought that's as Blake Shelton as it gets, and fortunately, I asked him if he would do it, and he was all about it. So
Okay, I'm coming to you now to get Blake stories because anyone I ever ask for a good drinking story with Blake, because he's known for drinking, I never really get much. Give me a good Blake story.
I mean, he's always drunk. I think maybe that's why you don't get many good stories, because it's always good. I give you a story, but it's more about me than him.
Let's go.
Oh man, it was years ago, 10 years ago. But he got me on The Voice on the finale. And I was playing at the time my current song, which was Letting the Night Roll. And I think there happened to be maybe an artist on the show that was a fan or something, so it tied in, or I forget, but probably 10 years ago. And so Blake was like, you know, he lives in Oklahoma, and he goes, how you getting home? I said, well, I'm flying out tomorrow. And he goes, well, you can just ride with me. He had a plane, and so it's me and my tour manager, him and his tour manager. And I have a lot. You know, he's trying to keep up with him, but hell, he's like 7'12" or something. You know,
and altitude,
and I'm not. And so I pass out, and we drop him off in Oklahoma. The plane takes me on to Arkansas.
Still sleeping?
And well, kind of in and out. And he swears up and down that I threw up in the plane. And I'm like, I did not throw up in the plane. And it was a NASCAR driver buddy of his that owned the plane. And he's like, I'm telling you, man, he said you puked in his plane. And so he has maintained that to this day, and that's been over a decade. So I still don't think it happened. Well, when we wrote the song, he and I didn't write it, but together. But the guys that I wrote the song with, we were talking about, because we were all parents, and we were talking about the fact that, you know, they get the nicest cleats, they get the nicest bat, they get the nicest basketball shoes, and you're like, I didn't get any of this. Like, I got the best that my parents could get me, but you know, there was a ceiling on what they could give me, you know, and so you think that's the good thing to do, the right thing to do, rather. And we started talking about the fact that maybe it's not, because you know, I was like, I don't even know if my kids appreciate it. I'm trying to get them to, but. And this one's going, oh yeah, my son this and my daughter that, and so we started talking about, you know, we all want to give them the best of everything. Maybe that's the wrong idea. Maybe we should give them the worst of everything, like we had, like when we had to go earn a paycheck, $20, you know, mowing a yard, push mowing a yard. We had the crappiest lawnmower ever. You had to fix it when you're 16. You don't really know what you're doing. And you had this and you had that, and you didn't have this and you didn't have that. And so we came up with the idea for the worst. And, you know, again, Randy and I have been friends for a long time. And I know he's a great dad. And I figured he would be able to relate to it. And certainly he did a great job on the song.
What did your parents think of that song?
Well, I told them, I go, look, I apologize. It's just a song. Like, I know y'all did the best you could, but they got it. They totally understood it. And, I mean, for example, like my kids have gone to Hawaii twice, and they've gone to Disney World a few times. And I went to Disney World like twice, and now I never went to Hawaii I used to go to like Branson or Gatlinburg or, you know what I mean? Which there's nothing wrong with, but my kids have experienced things that I never did when I was growing up.
But let's say,
so my parents understand that.
Okay,
obviously.
but let's say your kids, we all want our kids to do better than us. Let's say your kids like are billionaires or something.
Oh God, I hope so.
Or
I hope they marry one. Either way, I'll be happy either way.
But if they went back and sung this song about you, and here you are thinking you're giving them your best, would you be offended?
I'm gonna bank on that not happening. I've had to tote the bill for a long time now, so I'm imagining me continuing to tote that bill when my kids get married.
That's fair. What are you gonna do when your daughter starts dating if she hasn't already?
She's had a boyfriend for over a year now.
Oh boy!
And there's a song on this album called "You Know It's Coming" that I wrote. Man. Basically, they had a school dance a couple of years ago. She got asked by him to go to the school dance, and my wife was just on and on. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. And she's like just so supportive of it. And I'm like, I don't think this is funny. I don't like it. I don't support it. This is terrible. And it broke my heart. It really did. And for the dads out there who have daughters, I'm sure they understand. And so they have this whole party at our house before, and then I sat out in the pool house and drank beer, and my wife goes, "Are you not coming in here?" I go, "Nope." And it was all the kids and their parents, and I go, "Not coming in." And she's like, "Why?" I go, "Because my feelings are hurt. Like I'm bummed out, and." Now he's been her boyfriend for over a year, and he's a great kid. He really is a great kid. And then I went to school with his mom. I'm good friends with she and his dad, and but he could cure cancer, and he wouldn't be good enough for my kid.
Okay,
that's just a dad of a girl, and my dad and I were talking about it recently. He's like, "You got to knock it off, man." I go, "Well, I'm nice to the kid. I take him places. I'm nice to him." I told my dad, because I'm an only child. So I told my dad, I go, you didn't have a daughter. You don't get it. Mm-hmm. It's different. I've got a son and daughters. Mm. It's different. It just is. So.
You knock this kid out if you need to?
Oh, yeah. But I wouldn't. Now, I could not his dad. His dad would whip me.
Okay. All right, come on.
But he's a good kid. I don't see that happening.
What's the bougiest thing you own?
This is so embarrassing. But so my wife had a car that I hated. And so I told her, I go, "I don't give a damn what you get." But the last time I drove it, which was, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 months ago, I go, get rid of it. This is the last time I'm sitting in this car. I hate this car. Something was always broke. It was a lemon, one of those kind of deals. And it was a nice car, but it was just a piece of crap. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I don't care what well, she's begged and begged and begged and begged ever since. We've been together 22 years, and she's begged for a Range Rover forever.
Uh-oh.
And I'm like, I will never buy a Range Rover. I'll never. Well, I drove it, and I'm like, we'll take it. We'll take it. And so I don't know. That would probably be it. I mean, our house is nice, but
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
but probably that,
Okay.
which I'm embarrassed by.
It's all right, man. We won't. I guess we will tell everybody.